So do you remember last time I was here?
Yeah, that was the night we had that blizzard come in,
Mm-hmm.
and there were no other comics in there.
Yeah, and you brought me up with the folks. The roads are getting really bad out there. I understand if you want to leave, your lives are in danger if you stay.
The weather is just getting worse and worse. So by all means, just go ahead and leave right now. That's what we're recommending. Just go ahead and take off before it gets any worse. With that being said, you guys ready for your headliner?
Well, sorry about that, man.
I mean, it's accurate.
It was accurate.
Guys, please put your hands together for the very funny Brent Bowser.
Yo, Dayton, Ohio. Yo, listen. Rosa Parks was bussin'. Front row, no cap. All right. I heard a bunch of people talk about how Jesus is risen, and I don't know your TikTok lingo. I have no idea what you're saying right now. My name is Brent Bowser. I'm a non-binary Bengals fan. My pronouns are who dey, who dem. And I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty, so thank you for making my life easy. You are not easy to get a hold of. But seriously, thank you for coming out. I know it's expensive to go out and do anything these days. I've had to play Dungeons or Dragons. And I remember when we used to make fun of people for being named after things that they'll never have. And I have friends named Mercedes and Sapphire. I know a lot of 20-year-olds named Hope and Justice. So I'm probably going to name my kid House. I own a house, so now I'm looking for different guys that are into edging. Being a homeowner, I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio now. I'll just look at an appliance and be like, oh, that's 22 years old? Ugh. Mm. I'm going to need to replace that soon. Ugh. My favorite part of porn now is when the guy is fixing the plumbing. Skip intro. No, move your tits. I'm trying to learn here. Homeowning sucks. I miss renting so much. I do. I miss having an older guy on speed dial that can just come over and do shit. I don't have a dad that I can do that to. So sometimes I would just be call the guy over and be like, okay, what's wrong? I'm well, that football isn't going to throw itself. Are you proud of me? No, I'm probably going to tell a lot of dad jokes tonight because I'm a dad myself. No, you're right. Fuck them kids. That's right. Yeah. Unless you're Drake. And stop fucking them kids. No, I'm a proud father of a beautiful baby rabbit. Yeah, his name is Ted Bunny. Well, my first rabbit, John Benet Ramsey, just disappeared on me. I came home one day and I was like, where'd he go? What's this flashlight doing here? No, but I love Ted. I love him, and I know he loves me because that's how Stockholm Syndrome works. I've trained him to take papaya out of my mouth. Oh, it's so cute. He'll just like hop up and he'll get it. I do have to be careful with how much I give him, though, because rabbits are very sensitive to getting diabetes. So worst case scenario, I get 4 new keychains. I came home the other day, and Ted was coming out of his cage, and he was doing just fine. And I know, thank you, that's a killer joke. It doesn't always work, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Kyle Rittenhouse. So I came home, and I noticed Ted had some lipstick on his fur. Yeah, so either my rabbit's cheating on me, or he got a job at P&G. One of the two. There's one time I hired an owl to babysit my rabbit. Yeah, that was a real hootenanny. Huh? Dad jokes all night. All night. Have you ever tried to put glasses on a bear? It's a grisly spectacle. All night, guys. All night. All night. Here's the thing. I tell dad jokes because I don't know how actual jokes work anymore. Because, okay, I know comedy is like tragedy plus time and a 2-drink minimum. But, like, that's the thing. We've had, like, so much tragedy and no time to process it. Right? We had a pandemic, presidential elections, the Domino's Pizza in my neighborhood closed down. And now I'm afraid every other Domino's is going to close one by one. I just found out that only I can prevent forest fires. So my bad, California. Right. And then we've lost like so many like amazing people. We've lost Kobe Bryant, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Richard Simmons. We lost legendary rock and roll pioneer Fats Domino. And now I'm afraid everyone in his family is just going to keel over one by one. Right? It's the same joke. This is lazy writing. It's fine. I'm supposed to write jokes that like you can relate to. Like how men and women are different. But that's the thing is, I'm gay and I don't know anything about women. Like, do they get pregnant when you push them up the stairs? Is that how that works? I understand the reciprocal. And some of you don't understand reciprocal. Okay, well, strap in. That's how this show's going, right? My act tends to separate the nincompoops from the cum-poops, and here we are. Some of you laughed at unpaired words. Most of you laughed at cum-poop, so great. Good job. That's where we're at. Great. Ladies, like if you shave your pubes into a Hitler stash, do you call it Mein Cunt? Is it a Clitler? I don't know. Right. All right, let's get this out of the way. Right. I'm gay, but I'm not so gay that I think the hymen is a football trophy. Right. I know Canadian pussy is just ham. I'm still not going to eat it. So, naturally, I support all the gay causes. Like I support gay marriage. I think gay couples should be allowed to adopt a highway. I was really glad when they repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell, even though I do enjoy a good military discharge. Oh, boo! I I supported troops. What'd you do? Buy a Toby Keith album? Come on. No one's ever thanked me for my service, and I've shot so many guys in the face, I could be Chris Kyle. So. But like the one thing I can't get behind, besides a woman, am I right? This guy knows what I'm talking about. No. Like the thing I can't get behind is the way that we fight for civil rights. You know, because there's no one fighting for civil rights. You know, like we don't have a Martin Luther Queen. You know, the worst thing we do is we get mad and throw glitter on a senator. Ooh. Good job, Jubilee. That's your superpower? All right, and then our civil rights marches, you know, gay pride parades, or as my mom would call them, walking for the cure. And that's where we would block off downtown traffic on a Saturday afternoon so a 400-pound guy in a rainbow thong and body glitter can be like, your son will come out tomorrow in a sequin dress and feather boa. We get it, you're gay. You may be born gay, but you chose to be that gay. So I started online dating so I can write jokes you can relate to. I think it's going to work because all the guys in there are already married. There was like an error uploading my photo though, so I just got the little red X that says like attachment unavailable, and that's the most honest thing on my profile. Here's what I've learned from dating guys. Guys will send you pictures of things and then get real excited when you tell them where you'll put it. First guy slides into my DMs, direct messages, not Dungeon Masters. He slides in my DMs with a picture of his junk and says, "What are you looking for?" Yep, no hello. I don't even know what he looks like holding a fish. Just his junk. And this thing had so much foreskin, it looked like it was trying to sell me used cars. No credit, no problem. Let's see what we can get you into. Like, yeah, so what am I looking for? Well, at this age, counter space. That's what I want. Yeah, I need a guy who's got his shit together, you know? I sent him a picture of my air fryer. We're going to put this big thing, right? Ugh. I'll fuck a guy with KitchenAids. I don't care. Let's break the stigma. This other guy asks for my snaps. That's my Snapchat. So I get 2 snaps from him of his penis. I got 16 seconds of dong. And then he's like, you want all that dick? No. No, sir, no. That is too much dick. That is the Cheesecake Factory portion of dick. And, I would like some of that. But I'm going to save the rest for lunch tomorrow. That's a responsible thing to do. I was supposed to have a date with Patrick Swayze, but he ghosted me. I don't have a boyfriend, but I do have 2 straight guys that have never felt this way before. It's not good, but it's comfortable, like sweatpants or drowning. It's the first guy, we used to date until he realized we were dating. Yep, he didn't know I was gay, but he drank every pineapple upside down shot I bought him. But no, he's my best friend. I love him, but he won't fuck me. So we're married. He's in the military, and I've banged a lot of guys that aren't him, so we're definitely married. My other friend came with benefits. The first time we hooked up, he was like, not bad for a straight guy, huh? And I'm like, I'm inside you. I know, it sounds gay. It sounds gay. He says he's straight. I don't know. I'm not anyone to judge. Like, people can be whatever they are, right? I mean, gender, sexuality, autism, internet providers, it's all a spectrum. That's why Kid Rock switched to Verizon. It's tough. It's tough telling jokes. It's really hard telling jokes when free speech is under attack. I guess. I don't know. Like, I think that's what they're yelling under their hoods. I don't know. They're like waving the Confederate flag as they're wearing the surrender one. It's I don't know if free speech is under attack, but I do know that all the people that tell me that if I don't love this country, I can leave it, really love their statues of guys that didn't love this country and tried to leave it. Yeah, if you want the South to rise again, throw it in a cave for 3 days. Here's the thing, you get 2 shows with me, right? Like, the best seat at my show is behind the angry old white people. Right? 2 shows, right? Like, it's boring watching water boil, but I love watching snowflakes melt down. Oh, man. They seem to get, like, real mad at football a lot. You know, like, they were mad at Colin Kaepernick for not being patriotic enough. Well, here's the thing. You go to Walmart and you get American flag underwear. And depending on who's wearing it, I may stand or I may kneel. Right? Either way, as soon as the panties hit the ground, you gotta burn them. So, They were mad at Michael Samms, the first openly gay football player. You know, he couldn't find a team because he'd be a distraction in the locker room. Let him shower in the other team's locker room. Right? Let him distract them. You know? Now we've got Aaron Rodgers going on every podcast talking about how vaccines caused 9/11. And Zach Wilson's trying to fuck all our moms. And, like, those guys, those are the 2 worst jets to happen to New York. Third and fourth. You know, and then, you know, you've got Aaron Hernandez, Tyreek Hill, Ben Roethlisberger, Michael Vick, which is not the same as Michael Phelps. That's a different doggy paddle. Like, it's to the point now when people ask me, like, who am I rooting for on Sunday? I tell them it's the victims of the players. And I still don't understand why every Sunday people are giving billions of dollars to a homophobic, woman-hating, science-denying organization that celebrates rapists and murderers when football's way more entertaining than church. That joke does not go over in Indiana. I don't know if you've ever been to Indiana, but like as soon as you cross the border, there's a big sign that says, Indiana, the crossroads of America. And then you keep driving and it's just giant crosses on the sides of the road of America. Yeah, they either hate abortion or they're bad drivers. It's one of the two. My favorite billboard in Indiana said, "Who is Jesus? Who is Jesus?" And I said, "That's correct. So you have control of the board." Right, because every answer must be in the form of a question, and Jesus is the answer. So I guess pick a category, Indiana. Not science. Nailing it. Good. All right. So I've got a gig. I'm driving out to Indianapolis. I passed the Indianapolis Farmers Coliseum, which I guess is where you watch Indianapolis farmers fight to the death. And so I get to the club, and I start, doing this. I looked into the audience. The audience looked back at me, and neither one of us liked what we saw. Someone took a call in the middle of the show. I had another guy yell out, "I didn't pay to hear all this gay shit." I was like, well, I don't have any jokes about being married or having kids, and that's kind of on you, the voters. So. There was one table of elderly women that pulled out yarn and started knitting in the middle of the show. Just going to town, and I made a rookie mistake. I went to engage the audience, and I was like, okay, knitters, please. And they got very upset with me. And here's the thing, like, my grandma crochets and she hates knitters, but I don't have a problem with them. So this one lady, I think her name was Pearl, she starts yelling at me. She's like, "That's not funny. Sounds like you're saying the N-word." And I said, "Well, you're stupid. Knitter starts with a K. K, lady. What are they teaching you in Indiana public schools?" So I got off the stage. I went to the bathroom. I used the small urinal. I like it because it makes my dick look bigger. And then the door flies open, and I hear, "Oh shit, he's gonna rape me." Well, now I'm scared, right? Because now I have to stop a rapist with my dick out. And at some point, I'm gonna get a fear boner. And that's when I go from being the hero to being the monster. So I look around, and it's just me. I'm the only one in there. He looks at this and here's the thing, I wasn't wearing like a Steelers jersey or a Cosby sweater. I don't even play lacrosse. And he just... and here's the thing, like, I like guys, but I don't like every guy forcibly, Like, I'll be hanging out with my dude friends, we'll be playing Mario Kart, and then after, like, the third glass of wine, I'd be like, "Hey, you want to get Roadhead playing Mario Kart?" And he'll be like, "Well, first off, it's called Toadhead." And second of all, no thanks. And then we just go back to being dudes. Right? But like if you're a guy that gets weirded out when another guy hits on you, now you know how every woman you've ever talked to feels like. So shut up and drink that beer I got you. So at the end of the night, the manager brings me in, and he's like, "Hey, we're going to have to let you go." And I was like, okay. I mean, what? Like, why? He goes, "Well, just because my audience doesn't agree with you doesn't mean that they're stupid." And it kind of does. Right. Like, I didn't choose to be gay. I just chose to be honest about it, And believe me, like, if I could be straight, I would absolutely choose to be straight. Because if I was straight, it would be so much easier to get laid by gay dudes. So I go home and I concoct this like big plan, and I figured I was going to go back. I was going to sign up for their open mic night. I use a fake name like Vincent Holiday or something really phony. I'd go back, and then I would just do like my gayest material ever and like ruin 5 minutes of their night. You know, they gave us Mike Pence. I can ruin their date. You know. So I buckle up, I drive back out to Indianapolis, I go to Crackers Comedy Club. Crackers Comedy Club. Owned by Ruth Ann. And I muster up, I walk up to the door, and I can't do it. Well, they were closed. It turns out they hadn't paid their rent for 18 months, and they kind of got shut down. And I'd like to think that when they fired me, I know that they pray that they'd never have to see me again, and they pray they'd never have to hear that gay shit on their stage again. And you know what, guys? God listened. Yeah, he didn't take away the gays, he took away the stage. So, and that's what happens when you pray with hate in your heart. So, yeah, and that's when I lost my faith in humanity and started believing in God. So now I'm an ordained minister, and everything I've told you is 100% tax exempt. So, it's true. I am a minister. I'm not really religious, but I do love arguing with people over fictional characters. I quote comic books the way Christians quote the Bible. You know, like only the parts I like and completely out of context. Save Martha! My favorite comic book is X-Men. I love the X-Men. They are the original high school for horny teens with special powers. It's set in America, which is why the school gets attacked every year. And then everything else is really just a ripoff of X-Men. Like Harry Potter is just high school for kids with magic powers. Twilight is just high school for kids with supernatural powers. Riverdale is high school for hot 30-year-olds. Everything is X-Men, right? The only thing that I haven't seen is like when someone wants to like homeschool their kid with special powers, like that'd be cool. Like I imagine the homeschooled X-Men uniform is just a Punisher t-shirt. Oh man. Here's something that I hear like almost every day. Ridiculous amounts from different people, but like almost every day, I hear someone say, you know, those kids wouldn't have got shot if they had guns. Yeah, the only way to stop a bad gun with a gun is a good gun with a gun. Because guns don't gun guns, guns gun guns. Right. Right? That's just America's solution for everything, right? Oh, there's a problem, more of it. Right? Like when my dad caught me smoking, I had to smoke the entire pack of cigarettes. When he found out I was gay, I had to suck all the dicks. Right? I learned it by watching you. No. Here's the part that I don't get, though. Like, I don't understand the whole, like, stopping bad guys with the good guy. Like, that logic doesn't make sense to me. Because, like, 17 people died at Fort Hood. A U.S. military base is literally where all the good guys with guns are, and 17 soldiers got shot. Or one guy stopped 17 bad guys. I don't know, because I don't understand the logic. right? And now they want to arm teachers to keep the kids safe in school, but then to keep them safe in the bathroom, they want to ban transgender people. And you'd think if you want to protect kids from the bad transgender people in the bathroom, you will put good transgender people in the bathroom. Right? And you can't tell me that trans people are like sick weirdos when you're uploading your gun videos to Pornhub. That's not what I mean by barely legal teen takes shot to the face. It's not. And here's the thing, guns don't scare me. I'm not scared of guns. Words scare me. Yeah, words are way more powerful. That's why they're in the First Amendment and guns are in the Second. Yeah. If you don't believe me, I could get everyone in this room to do whatever I want them to do as long as there's a good beat, right? Let's put on the cha-cha slide right now. Right? Let's just slide to the left, slide to the right. Everybody stab your friends. Cha-cha, real slow. No, words are powerful. Like, it's so bad. Like, China banned puns. Yeah, they did that to crack down on dissidents. So I got online to take to my form of my internet activism, or as I call it, inactivism. And I tweeted to China that their air is so polluted that their once white clouds are now Beijing. Yeah, guess who's not going to China? I am a wanton criminal. That is. I've been eating a lot of s'mores lately, so I'm thinking of getting into like polyamory. So I already do this thing called like polyenemy, where I have a group of people then go fuck themselves. It's got Jeff Bezos. Yeah, he recently made a giant dong-shaped rocket ship. Perfectly normal, not compensating. He's taking the divorce well. And he said that he went to outer space for the betterment of mankind. Yeah, if he really wanted to help humanity, he'd start by paying his taxes. Thank you. Yeah, the only good thing about Jeff Bezos going to space is that he had to wear a diaper, like a real Amazon employee. Then there's Elon Musk, famous Twitter comedian Elon Musk. Yes, I still call it Twitter, because if he dead names his daughter, I'll dead name the thing he really loves. Elon, like many comics, has gotten very political recently, and he gave a full-throated endorsement to Donald Trump. Which, if you don't want your president associated with crimes and sexual misconduct, maybe don't mention the throat. Nixon, Clinton, Kevin Spacey in House of Cards, very throaty presidents. Elon also makes rocket ships, and he promises to take us to the moon. Well, you know what, boys and girls? You know who else doesn't pay taxes and promises to take us to the heavens? That's right, Jesus. I say let's treat him like Jesus by holding communion and eating the fucking rich. I don't know why these guys are so obsessed with going to space. All the good billionaires are trying to see the Titanic. And Batman. Fuck Batman. Right? An eccentric billionaire that hangs out with teenage boys. Let's see those flight records, Epstein. That does not sound like the hero we want or need. Oh, man. Is everyone having a good time so far? Okay. All right, good. Hold on to that feeling while I close out the show. Oh, on a scale of 1 to Bo Burnham, I'm a solid Barry Crimmins. So I like to check in with audiences because I know audiences can be very sensitive these days. I know I'm very sensitive. I get offended by the word "the." Okay, well, like if you hear someone say "the gays" or "the blacks" or "the Ohio State," you know something ignorant is about to fall out of their mouth. Right? Like, I had a manager come up to me. A manager asked me if I knew what gay horses eat. And I was like, I don't know. We should probably ask human resources. I was doing a show at Christmas, and a couple of Marines that were collecting for Toys for Tots wanted to kick my ass. Which, one, I don't know how they got tricked into doing that. Like, did they piss someone off, or did they volunteer because they heard there were crayons? Nom, 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 nom. And here's the thing. I can make that joke. I was in the Marines. Not all of them. But I was in a few proud Marines. I was the top, so they were submarines. Okay, so, all right. I just get really anxious, like, doing this next part, so I'm just gonna take a minute to, like, ground myself, if you don't mind. Okay. What are 5 things I can see? A purse, a phone, a bag of pretzels, a pencil, a guy I really want to fuck. All right. What are 4 things I can touch? My neck, my back, my bussy, and my crack. Okay, I'm good. So I heard from my parents the other day. I was like, Mom, Dad, is that you? And the Ouija board moved to yes. Yeah, I lost both my parents in 2020. Not from coronavirus. It was margarita madness. No, I lost my mom to a crippling opioid addiction she got from osteoporosis. My dad had blood cancer. I didn't know what that was either. It turns out it destroys your kidneys and your immune system. So it's like my dad had AIDS without all the fun of getting AIDS. Apparently you guys don't know how you get AIDS. It's really fun. It's really fun. Probably like the hardest thing I had to do in that whole process was sign their do not resuscitate, because that's a tough choice to have to make, because you start to think about like all the things that they'll miss, all the things they won't see again, like they'll never see their cats or baseball, they'll never see me get married. I will probably never see me get married, right? I was lucky the CDC said glory holes count for social distancing. Right. Glory holes, or as you probably know them scientifically, Schrodinger's blowjob. Right. Well, because it simultaneously is and definitely is not a beautiful woman on the other side. But on the other side, I thought of how they were living their last days, and how they were like in just so much like pain and depression. And I remember they said they were going to vote for Trump. And there's no point in all of us suffering. So it's not like I lost my parents, but I gained Democratic votes. twice in some states. So, sometimes I'll tell that joke, and out in the audience I'll hear boo. And that's how I know she's still with us. Here's the thing. I don't know why people would always like compare Trump to Hitler. George Bush is the painter. So I've been trying to, adjust to orphan life. I've been picking pockets. I've been sweeping chimneys. I want to yell out, "Harder, Daddy!" And it came out, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" So I hadn't thought about killing myself lately, but I work for Boeing. So I hadn't thought about killing myself, but I do every week see like a billboard or a post or someone saying, "If you need help, call the hotline." And that's the thing, like I don't need therapy, I'm an artist. Right, but like every week someone's like, "Oh, need help? Call the hotline. Need help? Call the hotline." Look, if I get bad, I'll ask for help when I need it. Like sometimes life gets hard. And I'll get knocked down, but I get back up again. You're never going to keep me down. I'll get knocked down, but I'll get up again. You're never going to keep me down. I'll get knocked down, but I'll get up again. Oh my God, do you have tub thumping stuck in your head? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. What would probably help is if you got like a whiskey drink, or a lager drink, or a cider drink. Oh my God, I keep talking about tub thumping. I'm so sorry. I meant to just sing you a song that reminds you of the good times. Sing you a song that reminds you of the better times. Yeah, because that's what it's like when you keep talking about fucking suicide to people. Like, it doesn't help. Like, I've called a suicide prevention hotline, and all it does is it sends you to doctors that aren't taking patients or your insurance. They'll take Cobra. That's right, Cobra. The ruthless terrorist organization bent on world domination. Also sells health insurance. Here's the thing. The British Prime Minister was trying to replace their National Health Service with our health insurance, and the British people did not want it. Do you know how bad something has to be for the British not to claim it? And the past 12 years of their policy has been about taking back me country while still owning two. Yeah, the suicide prevention hotline does not prevent suicide. Medicare for all will prevent suicide. Yeah. A livable wage, affordable housing, food access. Food access, guys, there are people eating ass like groceries because they don't have groceries. Oh, but how are you going to pay for it? Look, they drop bombs before they drop stimulus checks, right? They're wasting money on wars that they're not winning. Right. War on drugs, war on terror, the war on Christmas. It snowed in April. Christmas is winning. But Tim Wahlberg up in Michigan said, well, if climate change is a problem, God will solve it. Check out the hook while the DJ revolves in. And the Ice babies are still in cages, so. Don't get mad at me, that's the wrong thing. Fucking the war on terror, are you kidding me? Bin Laden was dead, so what were we still doing in Afghanistan? Oh, fighting for women's rights. That would be good practice for when we decide to do it over here. Yeah, because as renowned feminist George W. Bush said, we got to fight them over there so we don't have to fight them over here. Man, if we were really fighting for women's rights, we would have put troops in Texas. You know, they have oil. Right, we needed change, but like, what choice did we have? You know, we had Donald Trump, the Law and Order president, which makes sense because every celebrity guest star in Law and Order is a criminal. At least a jumpsuit will match his skin tone. I kid, but Donald could really use Goodwill right now. It's the only place that hires felons. Right. And then, or we had Joe Biden, who won't fuck the police, but he will sniff their hair. And I like Joe, because there also isn't a poll I haven't gone down on either. But like, you know how guys will be like, I ain't gay, but $20 is $20? That's America's relationship with fascism. Look, I get it. Like, we're all struggling. Everyone's sad right now. I get it. But like, stop telling people to fix themselves when the whole fucking system is broken, right? Like, if you are a practicing Christian and you don't know how to take care of the sick and the poor, keep practicing, because you're not good at it. If you really want to help people, then like, vote for issues that will positively affect your community. Volunteer in local organizations. Just reach out to your friends and ask if they're doing all right and what you can do to help them. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. That's a Helen Keller quote. I don't think she actually said it. I love you, everybody. Thank you all for like being a part of this. It means so much to me, and I want to be proud of it, but I'm going to be honest with you. With all the movies I've been in, with all the Pathfinder adventures I've written, with all the Magic the Gathering tournaments I've won, I don't know if you know how hard it is to like play against a guy with 2 teardrop tattoos, and you didn't have the islands to summon him. They said don't go blue on the special, but anyways. Out of everything I've done, probably my proudest accomplishment is my Price is Right erotic fan fiction called 2 in the Plinko, 1 in the Stinko. And I'd like to read it for you all now. June 2007. It was quiet in the studio, almost as if Television City itself was mourning the end of the 35-year-long era. Sniffles echoed, but no one was crying. Bob Barker and Drew Carey were doing coke off the Broyhill Dinette set from the first Showcase Showdown that Tanya from Biloxi, Mississippi passed on that day. How much do you think a pound of cocaine costs? Bob asked. $1, Bob, Drew replied. Bob chuckled. You've got a lot to learn, Drew. Coke is free when you're the host of America's favorite game show. You get to keep all the prizes that aren't won, and best of all, you get to interview all the models. Drew's dick hardened like his arteries. What all does that entail, Drew wondered. I'll show you, Bob said, after we finish off this coke. Okay, Drew said, but whose line is it anyways? Not yours anymore. And with that, Bob snorted the last line and put the rolled up $100 bill back in his pocket. If Drew had correctly guessed the price of the Coke, he would have gotten to keep it. Bob stood up from the dinette set, whose actual retail price is $758, and placed his hand on the back of Drew's head, telling him to come on down. Drew loosened Bob's belt, and his pants fell to the ground one leg at a time, like a sexy 9/11. He pulled out Bob's rock-hard cock, but not his balls. Bob, like many of the animals at the California Humane Society, had been spayed or neutered. Drew salivated at the sight of Bob's dick, shriveled and brown as if someone left a hot dog on the grill for too long. Bob just smiled and said, "All this can be yours if the price is right." Drew took all of Bob's manhood into the moist, gaping chasm of his mouth. His lips climbed from the base of his penis to the tip like a mountain climber, and from the heavens a chorus of angels yodeled, "Yodelady, yodelady, yodelady, yo." Bob's eyes rolled to the back of his head. Drew slobbed Bob's knob till it sobbed hot globs like it was his fucking job. Bob's knees started to buckle at the oncoming ecstasy. He orgasmed with a vigor that shook the heavens. The earth trembled, the big wheel spun. That thing for the range game fell over. He pulled Drew's head back as his splooge dripped down Drew's face and man boobs like a sticky game of Plinko. But guys, seriously, thank you for coming. Means a lot. I almost canceled tonight, if I'm being honest. Because Wednesday my dog died. And it's kind of my fault. Because I didn't realize he had a peanut allergy. But at least he died doing something that I love. And that's what really matters. Thank you again, everybody.